Yo, 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 it's your boy Mark Goodman, aka the voice box of the block. I'm back with another one. I'm super excited to be here, man. But before I get into what I'm going to get into, let me give a shout out to all my distributors, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Radio Public. I'm on YouTube now. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm everywhere. You know who I got next to me?
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Big Norm, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my cousin Mark, man. I definitely love doing this, man. We got one of the greats.
We got one of the greats again. I'm circling the bases, rounding the bases. Honestly, man, I think the last couple of podcasts with Tony, with Ricky,
yeah.
You know, we got Fred here. It's about legacy.
Yeah.
It's about making sure that we recognize some of the great players that I thought that a lot of people thought.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we wouldn't have got you if a majority of the people that thought you was great. Yeah. Let me introduce the guest here, Fred Foggie from Waterloo, South Carolina.
Yeah.
I ain't want to say Lawrence because I ain't want to disrespect nobody. How's it going, brother?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing all right.
Doing all right. You're looking good, man. Good to see you. I
appreciate that.
I told you off the air, man. I thought I'd seen you somewhere, man, but I might not have, man. You know what I mean? What's going on? You doing all right?
Oh yeah, doing pretty good.
Man, for y'all viewers who don't know, man, he's coming out of Waterloo, South Carolina, man. He played for Lawrence District 55. He went to Minnesota. He also played in the NFL. He played with the Cleveland Browns, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think he did a stint in Atlanta. He played for. He also played for. I got some facts. I did my homework now. WLAF. What league?
World League Europe.
World League Europe. They said you did a good job out there. You did a great. You played good ball out there.
Yeah, we went to the when I played with the Galaxy, Frankfurt Galaxy. We went to the World Bowl. It's like our Super Bowl, but we got beat by Scotland. So really? It was a pretty good game. It was a good experience over there, being overseas. They really love American football, you know, and they had a really good fan base over there too. So I enjoyed it when I was over there.
Man, I bet that was an experience. You met a lot of people, but we're not gonna start there. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to Waterloo, South Carolina. We're gonna go back to the time when you was young, and because honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, what was your favorite sport growing up? Because I swear it'd probably be baseball, right?
That was my first sport I played. I was introduced to that first, and I loved it, and came to hate it a little bit when I wasn't getting no playing time as a kid. You know, when you as a kid, you always wanted to be out there and playing. Then I got introduced to track and basketball nets. Then football was my last sport that I got introduced to.
Really? That was your last sport?
Yeah. How old was you when you started playing football?
Actually, I was in the 8th grade. I was in junior high, 8th grade. First time ever playing contact sports. We ran the wishbone. I was one of the halfbacks.
Wow.
And I broke I don't know if anybody broke it or not. I had most touchdowns and most yardage as a running back at junior high.
Wow.
It was the junior high Tigers.
Wow.
We had them Clemson Tiger colors then.
Oh yeah, wow.
Was now in that area, the Foggie name, it's a lot of good Foggies that played, you know, not only you, your cousin, but every time I go to Lawrence, I always hear a Foggie guy name playing this talented. Was there any competition amongst y'all? I mean, was y'all growing up together? Was there any competition? That's how y'all got good?
Well, my uncle's family, Willie Foggie of Moody, the Foggie Barbershop. Now that's Ricky's dad. Now he had before Ricky, you had Perry Foggie. He was a running back for Lawrence, and he went to North Carolina A&T.
Wow.
And you had Gerald, you know, Boot.
Yeah.
He went to South Carolina State, playing fullback there. So in his family, he had a lot of brothers that they played. You know, he had a pretty big family also.
Mhm.
So he's the baby in his family. My family, I got an older brother named Tracy. Tracy played football for Lawrence also. You know, he played running back. Tracy's like 2 years ahead of me. So we come to a athletic background when it comes
I
to
can
family.
see definitely. I can see. Did that make you better coming up? Was you naturally gifted, or you was one of them guys that was a gym rat?
Well, you know, when you're in the country, when guys playing pickup games and stuff like that, that would pretty much help me out. Like I said, Ricky and them was a whole lot older than I was. So when it came to playing football in the yard, playing basketball and stuff like that, being real competitive. So
Right.
when you're real competitive with each other, when you're playing and going on and stuff like that, it helps out a whole lot. You know, Ricky probably out of all the Foggie was the most gifted one. You know what I'm saying? Because Ricky excelled at a lot of areas in high school, and not give and take myself or his brother or even my own brothers. But he's the one that pretty much excelled. You know,
Definitely.
being 6'2", weighing 185, 190 at that time, you can do a lot. You know, Ricky started out as a running back, ended up playing quarterback. He also played his years through baseball.
Yeah.
He also ran track. Me and him also ran track. And I think my freshman year in high school, we broke the state record.
Wow.
In the 100-meter in the relay. So he was pretty fast. He ran pretty much over 4.3. And at that time, my speed got more improved, and I ended up running a 4.29 in my senior year. So we got a little gap between each other, but he's more of the, I would say, complete athlete.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
So at one point, your 40 became faster than Ricky's at one point.
Yeah, I've been in track probably longer than Ricky has. You know, like I said, Rick was a football, basketball, baseball, track. You know, he did it all year round. When I was coming up, I started in track in junior high. Matter of fact, what they call it now, because my boys was in track when they was coming up, but them junior Olympic things that we had back in the day, I was in that, and I was pretty fast, but you know my speed kind of improved a lot because I had a lot of people, man, that pretty much helped me with that. You know, I had people took interest in it, had coaches, man, that took interest in it, and had this coach, I forgot his first name, but his name Coach Cox. And he had took me in my freshman year, and I was running with Ricky and Lonnie Pulley then. So
Lonnie Pulley, that's a big name. That's a big name. Yeah, Pulley.
Yeah, so them guys, man, was pretty much all everything their senior year. So they were seniors when I was a freshman.
Oh yeah, you was a young guy.
Yeah. And so when we had the relay team, it was me, Lonnie, Ricky, and another guy named Jimmy Harris.
Right.
And we ran the 4x1. Never lost a race at that time until my senior year. I had a group of guys that broke that relay, the 4x100. We had broke that record. So my speed and stuff increased that time, but I had a lot of people that worked with me about with that. Then versus then Ricky had been working with it.
So I was studying you, man. I see when you got to Minnesota, you played both ways, offense and defense. Now, was that your intentions going into Minnesota, or that's what the coaches wanted?
No, it wasn't my intention because
I'm just because that stood out to me like, man, this man played both ways.
Yeah. When I came to, I got moved up to varsity in high school. Buddy Jennings put me at wide receiver.
Right.
I was one wide receiver, and the other wide receiver was Donnie Cunningham. It was probably, to me, probably the best tandem wide receiver in the state.
Talk
Me and
about
Donnie.
it. Talk about it.
And because Donnie ran the 4-3 also, and we was in a offense that pretty much was a running game. We had a running back. I think Leroy Hunter was our running back. Yeah, I'm not taking anything from Leroy. He was a good running back. But when it come to throwing the ball, Steve Ramey was throwing the ball. When we get in the jam, me and Donnie got us out of that jam. So we was pretty fast receivers. I was tall and slim. Donnie, he was probably around like 5'9". He can run, but I think, to me, we probably the best tandem receivers in South Carolina.
Right.
Whoa.
Tandem.
Thank y'all. The best duo.
I'm not saying the best receiver, but I'm saying the best tandem.
You're the best duo.
Together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, we was like Mark Clayton and Mark Duper.
Hey, so is that the year that you did y'all guys win the state together? Is that the same year? Wow.
Because I was a sophomore and Danny was a junior.
Now,
So
let me I gotta ask you a question.
Okay.
Did you get your state rings?
No, we ain't getting no state ring.
Hold on, I gotta ask this. I got to ask this question right now. I gotta ask this question. It seems like, because I have talked to a lot of people who have won rings. Tony Rice, you, in kind of that era. Even some people that I know. Why y'all don't get y'all? What's up with that? Is that can afford them? They ain't giving it to you. Why y'all not getting your rings?
It was the era back then. You know what I'm saying? Football is more promoted now than it was back then. If we had that promotion like they have back now, you probably would have got more names out there besides the ones that you interviewing. You know, Tony and Ricky, and like you said, we brought up Lonnie Pulley name. You probably would have got more recognition, and guys had a chance to go to college. You know, because now you got guys, they're on ESPN. You got these schools that promoting they players on television and stuff. They're getting high recruits. You're getting better exposure. Look at Clowning. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard of Clowning. Probably wouldn't never heard of them, except recruiting. But you get to see him on television play and stuff like that. So for him being the first guy, out of South Carolina to be a first round pick overall, that's a lot to say, in our area. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But back then you didn't have the exposure. I think football was better back then than it is today. But if we had the promotion like they had now, I think it would have took off a little bit better and higher exposure than what we got today.
See, I'm gonna say this, Fred, man. First of all, I want to thank you again, man, for being the guest, man, joining our show, man. Like I say, a lot of people talking about you down there in Lawrence, man. You're a legend, you know what I'm saying? And, shout out to Ricky as well. I still chop it up with Ricky here and there. But I'm gonna say this, man, because my cousin, he keep bringing up these rings, and really this is a big subject that we talk about over the phone, me and him. And there's no way that legends like you, Ricky, or Tony Rice shouldn't have got y'all rings. I mean, you look at these coaches. Like I said, Coach Varner from Woodruff. Like I said, he was my assistant principal.
Yes, yeah.
When you go into school and you look at his hands, he had the crooked fingers, but he had rings all across them. I mean, so it's no reason that these players that got these coaches championships, why they, PTA or somebody should have got the rings, but
I agree with that. When I was coming up, I thought, when we talked about, the past players who have won, I've always thought that y'all got
I thought
celebrated
I thought
more.
definitely.
Because that's why I think this is your legacy is so important because the lack of, like you said, it really wasn't that big, and the lack of energy that they put into it back then for y'all to still be memorized that's what I'm saying. Y'all still memorized well over from one side of South Carolina to the other because y'all name ring bells like that. You see what I'm saying? So that's why we had to get guys like you on just to kind of, refresh guys' memory saying, yo, we done this before. We did that. What y'all doing now, we did that. We just didn't get recognized. That's all. This is all a part of the journey. This is all one of the reasons why we did this and had this segment, because we wanted to make sure we ride the bases and give everybody their flowers. You know what I mean? Because I think certainly now that I look and start studying different players back then, y'all didn't really quite receive y'all flowers like y'all should have.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
But moving right along, we get to Minnesota. How it is in Minnesota? Are you the big dog on campus? Are you still working hard? Do you get the spot? How you feeling?
When I first got to Minnesota, wasn't Ricky Shadow, you know what I'm saying? Ricky's cousin, you know what I'm saying? That's what they called me.
Say Rick Shadow.
I was Ricky's cousin.
Shout out to Rick, man. I love Rick. Good guy.
He thought Ashley thought we was brothers, you know what I'm saying? Because the way we carry ourselves, and everything. And when I first got there,
y'all kind of sounded like.
Yeah. So when I first got there, I was recruited, I think it was with Alabama as a wideout. Most of the Clemson as a wideout.
What?
South Carolina was the only school that didn't recruit me as a wideout. They recruited me as a defensive back.
Woo!
South Carolina Gamecocks.
Yeah.
And at that time, Stephon Williams was the starting free safety. They wanted me to be a free safety.
Yeah.
And I told the recruiter, I'm not coming down now with Stephon being starting safety, because Stephon was our starting safety at Lawrence.
Right.
So I said I wanted to go to a place to have my own identity and stuff. So at that time, when I was narrowing down what school I wanted to go to college at, Minnesota took the time to ask me what I wanted to major in college. And I thought that was important, you know what I'm saying? Somebody giving also Lou Holtz recruited me when he was at Notre Dame.
Wow.
And so I went ahead and went to Minnesota, having the opportunity to start. When I came in their program, I think I was like the third receiver, because they already had a senior receiver that been starting for a while, and they had this guy named Chris Gators, which was a hell of an athlete. And so I was the third receiver. So I came in camp and stuff like that. Then Darryl Thompson, he was a star player at Minnesota too. He actually got drafted in the first round to Green Bay Packers.
Right.
They moved me to running back. I was his backup. So Darryl Thompson was like 225. He ran the 4.3 and stuff, but we ran the wishbone. So you ain't got nothing but speed in the backfield.
Nothing but speed.
So nothing but speed. So we did pretty good together when Darryl was a senior and I was freshman then. So I played wide receiver and defense, wide receiver and running back at the time. Now going into my sophomore year, they wanted me to try me at corner. So I'm up here scratching my head now. Now they want me to play some defense. So I played and I did real well. I led the Big Ten in interceptions that year. I had 6 interceptions that year. Also, I broke a record with the longest block field goal return in NCAA history. I think it was like 97 yards. Yeah, my best friend Frank Jackson, he blocked it and it landed in my arms. So I went 97 yards on that.
God.
But we got beat though. So it
Fred, let me ask you a question. You know, I ain't trying to cut y'all, bro, but like this is a question I want to sneak in. You say Lou Holtz wanted you to come down to Notre Dame.
he recruited me. And,
Okay, so would you have to play with Tony or?
Yes, I would have played with Tony. I would have played with Tony.
Wow. Would you been a part of that 88 championship team?
I would have been a part of it.
God almighty.
That'd be crazy. That definitely that lets you know the decisions you make and what kind of leads you, because I think you still did. I mean, you did great.
Yeah, you did great. I ain't mean to cut you out, man. You continue. I just want to ask that question. You know.
Yeah, I see your journey through when you got the journey to the professional league was a journey, man. You went to Cleveland, you went to Pittsburgh. I read an article about you going to Atlanta, and they said there was a strong feeling that you would get the starting bid at the Atlanta, but something happened. Did you feel like you was going to get that starting bid in Atlanta?
No, because at that time Dion was playing baseball. Dion was playing baseball at the time, and they had another defensive back. He was an older guy. Matter of fact, he was there a little bit before Dion. He was a starter. He was an older guy. So I struggled a little bit when I got to Atlanta. Struggled a little bit, you know what I'm saying, like with the deep balls and stuff like that. But when I got comfortable with what I was doing and stuff, when it got time to playing in the preseason game, you know, I shined a little bit.
Wow. Classic.
Did
you get a chance to meet Dion?
Yeah, Dion, like I said, there was two probably players in the NFL I had a lot of respect for that I played with. It was Dion and Rod Woodson.
Wow. Classic.
Because they teach you a lot. You know, even though they, a lot of people look at them guys, man, being arrogant and stuff like that, especially with Dion. A lot of people look at him as thinking him as being arrogant. Actually, he taught me a lot.
Wow.
How you control your speed when you're backpedaling, depending on your speed with guys that know that you know can't outrun. So he worked with my hips a whole lot, with my quickness a whole lot, instead of just being able to run fast. So, and also with my feet. Rod Woodson, when I played with him in Pittsburgh, conditioning wise, you know, he always on the off season, I conditioned with him on the off season. Him and Cornell Lake. Matter of fact, the starting defensive backs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, you play with some great guys.
Great guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
What made them guys great though, man, is they, like I said, you know, they treat you like brothers. You know what I'm saying? They weren't no arrogant guys. They didn't put you in put you to the side, anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Guys.
When you're talking about defensive backs, man, especially at Pittsburgh, talking about defensive back Dick LeBeau, you know, Hall of Fame player in his time, but he was also a Hall of Fame coach. Dick LeBeau taught me a whole lot, man, when I was in my profession. He said you can't teach what you already know. He said, but he said he giving you I'm gonna tell you another player I played with in Cleveland. And I used to watch this cat, man, when I was a teenager. Matter of fact, I wasn't even a teenager, I was a kid.
Wow.
I played with Everson Walls at Cleveland Browns. And Everson Walls, man, was gray-headed and everything when I got to Cleveland, man. But he can still play.
He can still play.
Was he from? Was he?
You know, he played them years back with the Cowboys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey,
he played back in the day, man, with Tony Dorsett.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So that's
the
a
golden era.
Yeah. Tony Dorsett was the ones that really got me wanting to play football. I used to look at Tony Dorsett, the way he ran the ball and stuff like that. So I kind of imitated the way he runs, the way he cut and stuff like that. But I don't think Tony had that speed like I
had. Hey, Fred, let me ask you one question, man. Let me ask you one question, brother.
Right.
Well, and I know you say Dion, Dion showed you a lot of stuff. You trained with him and all that stuff. Was Dion really as fast as people say, or like, did y'all ever race or anything? Like, I want to know about this.
I'm gonna tell you a story. One day I had to play scout team offense, because I played wide receiver in college. So Dion used to tell the receivers, I give you $1,000, but every time you catch a touchdown pass on me, you get $1,000.
Yeah. Dion told that.
Yeah, he said that. Hey,
wow.
I lined up on Dion one day. Dion was playing bump and run.
Bump and run? You bump and run?
He was bump and running now. See, Dion don't play physical football. He just played smart. I ran an out and up on Dion. I messed around and ran that out. He bit on the out. I went up. The ball was thrown. I was looking at the balls coming down. I said, boy, I'm going to get that $1,000. This joker came out of nowhere and grabbed the ball.
Fast. Speed.
He told me, try again.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
So he was fast now.
So he was really fast like that. Wow.
Yeah, he was really fast. Yeah.
So let me tell you, do you still watch NFL today?
Yeah, I still watch NFL.
Who your team?
I grew up a Pittsburgh fan. It was an honor for me playing with Pittsburgh, but my brother was Tracy at the time. He's a Pittsburgh fan. I'm my older brother, but he was a Houston Oilers because he liked that Earl Campbell. Wow. My younger brother, Chris, he liked the Cowboys.
Definitely.
And I was Pittsburgh. So yeah, so when we were in the yard, man, that's why I used to imitate. I used to imitate Franco Harris and my brother, and stuff like that. So it was
Franco Harris. That's the one everybody used to think, did he fumble or not?
Man, Franco Harris picked
the ball up.
He picked up on the Raiders. I'm a Raider fan. He picked it up on us.
I could never see the ball. They don't never show the whole thing. That was crazy.
Yeah. But you know.
So we're gonna fast forward, man, to the day. What is Fred doing today? I see you had your daughter. She came. I know you said she was coming from school. Yeah. What is she doing?
I work with a company. I've been working there for 20. This is my 21st year. This year, I work with a company called Lear. We make automotive seats for BMW and Volvo. We got a contract with Volvo for like the past 2 years. I work on the Volvo line. I'm a boss man there. Wow. I got a group of people I'm over and stuff like that, and I love what I do. You know what I'm saying? I get to work with people, mentor them, trying to mold them to get themselves in the boss man position and stuff like that.
So do you miss the game? Do you miss it a little bit? If I was able to play the game, yeah. But so for about now, I like to watch it, man. I don't watch football like that unless it's a good game. You know what I'm saying? I'm family oriented. You know what I'm saying? Been married to my wife 30 years. I got 5 kids. Got 2 boys, 3 girls. You know. I gotta ask you, since you said it, I've been married 6 years. Give me some advice so I can get to 30 like you.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Me and my wife have trying times, but like I tell everybody, man, I don't think a woman out there, man, that loves me more than what she do. Absolutely. And I appreciate that. Even there be times that I can be, stubborn and this and that, man, but that woman never let go. And I think that the most important thing in a marriage, man, is first of all, I had that respect, show that love and show that trust with them. Me and my wife, we had a lot of rough roads, between us and stuff like that. Not saying that it's bad, because that's what marriage is an investment. We do pretty good. We got 5 wonderful children, and they doing all good. I got 2 boys. My oldest son, he played ball, but he gave it up, but he got his college degree. Absolutely. He lives in Orlando. Absolutely. He's married. Absolutely. He got married last year. My youngest son, he plays sports, and he's a welder now. And he purchased his own house last year. Oh, so absolutely. Them the 2 kids out of school. Now, my daughter is graduating from college this year. She's going to graduate as a veterinarian, and she got to go to med school. She graduated with honors. And I got twin girls. and I got one that go to school with her in Winthrop, and my daughter just set me up with she go to upstate, and
Wow.
and this them girls right now, this is my backbone, especially the one that here at the house. This is my backbone right there. So
Definitely, man.
Listen,
I'm just honored, man, and blessed, you know what I'm saying, to have children like that. And
Absolutely.
if I were to continue on, because I had actually was up in Montreal Alouettes in Canada,
yeah,
signed up for football.
yeah.
And I actually went and told general manager that was it. That's when I gave it up.
Wow.
And at that time, I had 2 boys at the time. So I wanted to be more of a father figure.
Absolutely.
And I wouldn't trade that anywhere. If I had to go back over and do it again, I'd keep it like it is. And, you know, I got wonderful kids and I got a wonderful wife. And if you put the investment in it, man, it'll show.
Thank you for sharing with us your gems, your memories, and trust me, believe me, your legacy will never be forgotten. You were a great man, a great person. You had a wonderful, wonderful career, a high achiever, and we can't thank you enough for being on here with us, man. You got anything to say, bro?
Yeah. Hey, Fred, are you still down there in Lawrence, or like, are you up in the Duncan area? Or?
I live in a place. It's the Emmett area, but it's called Holly Springs. Where I live, a lot of people got horses and stuff. Is in the country. My daughter's out. My daughter that set this up, she actually take care of one of the neighbor's horses. She got about like 5 of them.
Wow.
And this neighborhood was surrounded by horses and stuff like that. It's quiet out here, man.
Good time.
Right.
Yeah,
the reason I asked you that, hey, listen, brother, whenever you free on a good Saturday morning, man, like I say, we need to go down to Taste Home, man. Shout out to my sister. I don't know if you know my sister, Shanoa Cheeks, but she got the Taste Home down there. Her and my brother-in-law, Johnny Cheeks. Yeah, good breakfast. Whenever you free, we need to go get some good breakfast, man. Just chop it up, man. And, you know, me, you, and my cousin Mark, we just chop it, you know.
Okay.
But
we want to thank you and appreciate you again for coming out and sharing a special time with us, man, because we love all our greats, man. We appreciate you. It's your boy, Mark Goodman, a.k.a. the voice box of the block. We out.
All right, Fred.